S corps. Maybe you have one. Maybe you've heard that it's a good idea. Maybe you are thinking about implementing profit first and you think, how the heck am I going to do this with an S corp? Well, I have another video that I have talked all the basics about S corps and using it with profit first. And so I will link it below. But I had a comment on that from beautiful Ashley Woodard. And so I wanted to make a follow-up video all on S corps around taxes, 401k, all of that good stuff. So if you're new here, my name is Amber Duggar. Welcome. I'm the founder of Profit for Keeps, a framework that helps you use YNAB and Profit First for a business in both your personal finances and your business finances. And I am so grateful that you were here. So if you are new, consider subscribing, hitting that like button. It helps us so much with getting this in front of more people. So thank you so much for that. And if you are a seasoned listener, welcome back. Okay, so before I get into this though, I have to share something. So I learned of this new blend. So if you're into essential oils, I just wanted to share this with you. So if you have lavender, black pepper, and sandalwood, do 2 to 1 to 1. So basically I do 4 drops of lavender to 2 sandalwood and 2 black pepper. Game changer. It's the most amazing combination. So I digress. If you're an essential oil person, you get it. And if not, consider looking into it. It is like so nice to have this in the air right now. It's really keeping me focused. Okay, back to S corps. So the first question from Ashley is, at the end of the quarter, she's resetting her owner's comp account to an amount equaling the total owner's salary payments to be made into the upcoming quarter, and then the rest gets allocated to the profit account. I'm going to quickly caveat this with saying that by using your calculator, that's automatically how it's happening. So basically, the calculator is calculating all of this, and then the rest of it will be going to profit. So if you haven't downloaded our calculator, I'll put a link there as well. But the question from Ashley is, now that I'm taxed as an S corp, should I be leaving the net salary in there or the full amount, meaning the net pay plus employee and employer taxes? So she's talking about both the taxes that she's going to owe personally, but also the FICA, the employer paid FICA taxes. So I want to caveat this with saying I am not, and I chose on purpose to not be a tax professional. So this is from my own experience. This is not tax advice. Please don't take this as tax advice. Okay, disclaimer over. So from my experience, and being a master level profit first professional now for, gosh, 6 years, crazy. Salary or owner's pay is always net pay in profit first. So what that means is that percentage is covering the amount that you are actually depositing into your personal bank account, every single dollar of it. Okay, so your taxes account covers your total owed taxes for your personal taxes, both the employee and employer paid taxes. Now remember, GAAP is crap, meaning we're not going off of accounting principles right now. We're going off of a cash flow system. So your employer and employee portion for yourself, not your employees, is going to be what's covered in your taxes. So when you have an S corp, you're going to have 2 different types of withdrawals when it comes to your own owner's pay. So you're going to have your distributions, which are just simple transfers from your business to your personal, and that's going to be coming from owner's pay. And then you're also going to have your S corp payroll that's taken out, and you can have it set up 1,000 different ways. But for most people, there is a portion that you are getting into your bank account, and then a portion that goes to taxes. So the portion that goes into your bank account is going to be pulled from owner's pay, and the portion from taxes, including the employer paid FICA or the employer paid taxes, is going to come from your taxes. Now, all expense for your employees' wage and their taxes is going to be coming from the business expense account. Okay. So that's the answer to the first one. The second question that Ashley has is follow on to the above question is whether I should also include 401k contributions. She's talking about employee. What about 401 contributions company match? So if you have a 401k set up in your company, These are business expenses with the exception of your own contributions and match for yourself. That's going to go to owner's pay. So if you give yourself 401k and you're doing a match for yourself for 401k, that's all owner's pay. If you are doing it for your employees, that's going to be business expenses. So that's really clean and simple. It may come out of the same deposit or withdrawal. So that's something you're going to have to do a split. And you may want to see if your payroll company will do a separate withdrawal for yourself versus your employees, and then it makes it super easy. This is why I like YNAB, because I can do a split transaction in there and not have to worry about which account it's coming from. The next question is, when I reallocate the funds to my taxes account each quarter, should I be reimbursing the owner's comp account or myself? And would it be considered a shareholder withdrawal? So when you're making personal tax estimated payments, simply transfer the funds to your personal account to make these payments. Again, experience share, not tax advice. But you always want to be paying your taxes, your personal taxes from your personal account, unless it's payroll. Payroll comes out of business account, but everything else should come out of your personal account. That's what I've always done. And that's what my personal CPA also tells me to do. So to answer your question, you're going to want to make sure that those things are transferred first to your personal, and then you just pay them that way. The last question is, and by the way, you had a quick question about is it considered a shareholder withdrawal? Technically, yes. I mean, you're giving yourself money to then pay the tax, and total taxable income versus the amount that you're actually paying out in taxes, it would be considered a withdrawal or a distribution. But again, that's more of an accounting question, which we lovingly don't like to cover here, simply because cash flow is very different from accounting. But yes, from my experience, it would be a shareholder withdrawal. So the last question is whether some sort of split between employee owed portion and company owed portion should be considered. Okay, so no, it would all be a personal tax allocation. So like I said above, when you have taxes that are being paid on your behalf for your personal taxes, all of it will come from your tax account, and it's going to be just a tax allocation. So you don't need to worry about making any sort of split. It's just very simple. Now, from an accounting standpoint, your bookkeeper can handle that, your accountant can handle that, but from a cash flow and profit first perspective, just keep it simple and have it all come from your tax account. So cheers, Ashley, for those questions. For those of you who are watching this and you're going, what in the heck? Watch my first video on S Corps. And if you have additional questions, feel free to put them in the comments. Now, if you have not yet signed up for our masterclass series that's happening in just a few weeks, I highly recommend going over to amberdugger.com/masterclass. And we're going to be talking about how to run profitable, sustainable business and still being able to bring in joy, being able to make sure that you're paying yourself consistently, that you're able to use profit first percentages that matter for your own business, and reverse engineering all of that to make sense for you. So if you haven't joined us, you definitely don't want to miss it. We had over 100 people live on each one that we did last time, and we're hoping to double that this time. So we would love to have you. My goal is to touch as many lives as possible while I'm here on this earth. I do believe that it's possible to completely eradicate financial anxiety and overwhelm. And I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, because you are helping that become a reality. All right, my friends, until next time, much love to you. I will see you soon. Bye.